What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to ectvision. Before we get into this video, like, share, subscribe if you like this type of content, and be sure to leave your opinions and any ideas that you have for another video in the comments below. I'm definitely looking forward to hearing from you guys. Now let's get right into this video. So we have a news article that I came across just randomly looking up Black Lives Matter in the NFL. And this person who wrote this article with 7 News obviously isn't happy about the booing that was going on during the Chiefs game, which they won, by the way. I know a lot of people are upset at this. You know, it's all about equality. We should be uniting. We should be doing this and doing that. But I mean, this is getting backlash because this is the most divisive shit that you can possibly do. You're trying to make it seem like there's just super bad racism all over the place, which is not true. As a black male, I can tell you I don't feel threatened by anybody. I don't feel like I'm oppressed by anybody. But you let these people tell it. Black people are, you know, going through Jim Crow era, which is crazy because it's coming from people who are making millions of dollars on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you speaking for me, sir? I don't know what's going on over there in your $1 million, multi-million-dollar mansion, but over here where I'm staying at, I'm fine. I'm not oppressed. People are not holding me back from doing anything that I want to do. But anyway, let's move on. So it says morons. That's the first thing you see in the title. Morons. Shocking reaction as NFL players start season with BLM protests. The reigning NFL champions were booed by their home crowd in the season opener on Friday as they lined up for a moment of unity in support of Black Lives Matter. The Kansas City fans reacted after the Chiefs linked arms with the Houston Texans, with scattered booing from the reduced capacity crowd of 17,000 people heard clearly over the broadcast. Now I want y'all to think about something real quick, right? There's only 17,000 people at this stadium during this game. Now, if you hear that many boos coming from only 17,000 people, imagine how many other people there are out there in this huge population we have that are against this. That was only 17,000 people. And the boos were really loud. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not sure the number, but that's like an indication right there that there's a lot of people out there who are against this. But let's continue. The teams look opposite approaching. The team took opposite approaches when the national anthem and lift every voice and sing, a song considered the Black Anthem, was played. Now that's the part that zoned me out right there. We have a Black national anthem now. Like, what? Why? Talking about racism still exists like we are in the 1950s, 1960s. But anyway, the teams took opposite. Okay, Houston stayed in their locker room for both anthems while the Chiefs stood on the field, and one player, Alex Okafor, took a knee during the national anthem. I'm sorry if I said that name wrong. I have no idea who that is. The Black Lives Matter movement began 4 years ago when quarterback Colin Kaepernick knelt before a game. He was 28 and was never again offered an NFL contract. Well, I mean, considering, see, I'm not really a big NFL fan. Like, I'm familiar with, you know, a lot of people that plays in the NFL, but I'm not really an NFL fan. But considering the fact that I didn't even know who Colin Kaepernick was until his whole thing with the kneeling. I didn't even know who he was. And then come to find out, that's because he was a below average quarterback. He wasn't really that good. So who the hell cares if Colin Kaepernick got fired? He ain't no Mike Vick. He ain't no Cam Newton. The NFL have since apologized for their treatment of Kaepernick and settled for an undisclosed amount after the former player sued them for colluding with teams not to sign him. I mean, why would they want to sign you when you are on the field kneeling, or narrative that ain't even true. There's not black. What evidence do these people have? See, Larry Elder said this best. Y'all deal with stats in the sports world. Everybody deals with statistics. We know how many touchdowns a quarterback throws on average. We know how many points LeBron James can score on average. Hell, they even know that he is catching up to, he caught up to Derek Fisher in the most points scored in the playoffs just recently. So I mean, if we're going to talk about statistics with those things, why can't we stick to the statistics when it comes to real life shit? Like how many cops killed black people in 1 year last year? Or how many black people were killed by other black people versus how many were killed by police officers last year and the year before that, and so forth. And let's not even forget that they put Jacob Blake's name in the front of their helmets. Is that called for? Has anybody even looked into this case to make sure that he wasn't, domestic violence abuser, a woman abuser, or he's got sexual assault charges? I mean, has anybody looked into that? Has anybody looked into the video where he's fighting the police officers at the beginning? I mean, does anybody look into this stuff? Probably not. Those on social media couldn't believe their ears. Let's look at what she say. We all know that social media was going to wild out when they saw this. So let's see what Miss Sarah Spain, she got a blue check on Twitter. I would love to see an interview with anyone in the crowd who just chose to boo a moment of silence and unity. Just try not to sound like a complete and utter idiot putting into words why you're angry about unity. Morons, all of them. I mean, I got a feeling that if somebody was to actually do that, they would probably only pick and choose who they want to who they want to talk to about that situation. And of course, they'll try to play the race card. And I assume that because, I mean, this is what they do. This is the type of stuff that they do. I mean, would they be open to talking to somebody like myself who is a black male and actually asking us how we feel about living in America? Or would they just skip over us like our experiences don't matter? Because I don't experience the racism that these people are perpetrating in this world. So I don't know what they're talking about. And then let's go down to Jonathan Lemire, another blue check. Wow. There appeared to be loud boos from the Kansas City crowd during the moment of unity, a call for social justice as the Chiefs and Texans lined up and linked arms before the NFL opener. And then down here it says, I have a feeling that stadiums and areas that allow fans will be stadiums filled with people most appointed to boo a moment of unity. The entire offseason was about unity and equality. Then as the season starts, the fans boo unity and perform the tomahawk chop. Oi. I mean, people have to understand, man. Nobody wants to dig into politics while they're trying to watch sports. This is why even myself, I don't even watch sports like that no more. I catch the highlights and I keep it pushing because I like LeBron James. LeBron James is from Ohio, where I'm from, but golly, I don't mess with his train of thought when it comes to social justice. I just don't like it. He's a great basketball player, but he should stick to that because he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He was upset, and everybody's upset, crying and shit in the NBA about Jacob Blake. But I bet none of them have even thought of looking into why the police were called on Jacob Blake in the first place. But this is nothing new. Everybody knew this was going to happen. They've been talking about this. It's been in the works for a long time. I would challenge anybody to go on Black Lives Matter website and find anything that talks about police brutality. Find something that talks about what they plan on doing about police brutality while all of this is going on. I mean, Barack Obama was in office for 8 years. If police brutality has been going on for as long as people say it was, why hasn't Barack Obama did anything in the 8 years that he was in office? Because it's a narrative that's not true, people. Let's just keep it a buck. But anyway, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, and please, like I said in the beginning, drop those comments below. Let me know your opinions on this video. I'm out. Y'all have a good day.